All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NovaWar Says tournament. This is for third place. Best 2 out of 3 between Hype and Legend. Both good players, and we got a new NovaWar Says type in this game for you as well, so that's exciting. Shoutouts to our sponsors, JORD Woodwatch, G2A.com, and our technical alpha sponsor, LootCrate. Go check them out. Links are underneath, and check out the giveaways as well. All right.
Mr. MaximusBlack.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up with the sound of going on an epic journey and getting lost in the middle of it.
Oh man, this is awesome! This is great! I want to go home. I don't know where to go. I got no battery life left on the iPhone. Sorry about that battery life. Hey.
Is the battery life really bad? I don't know. I don't really own.
It's not bad at
no?
all.
No? Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Up here in the top right-hand side of Expedition Lost, we have Hype. This is the red Zerg, and down here at the bottom left, we have Legend Larkin, who took out Magic. Mm-hmm. Or no, he didn't take out Legend. He lost to Magic.
He lost to Magic.
I forgot. This is the third place.
Yes.
Technical alpha. Bottom left, we have Legend Larkin, who lost to Magic.
There you go.
The orange Protoss. Now, for the build. Legend Larkin is stuck with the Trippin' Balls build.
Yep, we've seen this before.
We've seen this before. If you were not here earlier to see this, the build is player can defend with any unit they wish, but any aggressive attacks must be done with 10 sentries that all use Hallucinate before engaging in battle.
Pretty simple.
Pretty straightforward.
And this one is a new one.
And Zergy Zerg is, no, it's not a new one. We've had this one earlier. It was one of the first games.
Oh shit, okay, then I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Well, I won't go that far, but...
Oh, all right, cool.
I mean, you said it, not me, but I won't go that far.
I can be dumb, it's okay.
Okay. It's Death from Above, which we saw earlier. That one's pretty fun, because player can defend, but any aggressive attacks must include a minimum 5 overlords full with banelings to be used in battle. These drops can be used as diversion attacks on enemy bases so long as the player is in combat somewhere else on the map, as in a split attack. Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So, and I think this is a good matchup.
No, it is. It's a solid matchup.
Because hallucinated units used properly. It
really is just getting 10 sentries. I mean, it's not that difficult.
No.
It's 1,000 gas, and you just gotta make sure that you use all the hallucination.
Yeah, well, but I mean, it's a good matchup in that with the hallucinated units. If you have a decent idea of what the opponent is doing, you can use that as a distraction to try to absorb some of the baneling hits into hallucinations versus your main army. And I think that's all he's got. Otherwise, he's just straight up fighting this like he would any other battle. And it could be like the first time we saw this, where it is just raining banelings. You can't stop it.
I think that's what's gonna happen. It's such a good build. Even though this is, NovaWar Says, and it's kind of trolly, it's really not that trolly. It's sort of a standard. I wouldn't say standard, but it's something that you see quite a bit on a higher ladder.
Yeah.
I saw it a lot when I used to go Immortal Sentry all in, and they would just baneling bust it. Like, they just grab the banelings and just drop them, and it would just wreck my life. And once my sentries are down, it's GG no re. They also did it a lot when I used to go like a Stalker all in, and they would just float over and just kill all my shit. And even if I went 2-base Colossus, they'd fly over and just blow up my Colossus. But it can be easy to stop. You just have to be prepared for it. You just can't let them sit there. You gotta, stutter step back, get off some good force fields. It can be stopped, but it's dangerous. And we've seen how dangerous it was the first time in this tournament, where he just wiped the entire Protoss army in 2 seconds. It was GG.
No, it was bad. It went downhill real quick, and so that's you got
to be prepared for it.
You have to be prepared for it, and so again, just like many other times we've said before, in NovaWar Says, if the golden rule isn't static defense, it should be scouting is even more important, perhaps even more frequently, in this than anything, because you really need to know. you really need to know or have a decent idea of what your opponent's doing.
going. You need to scout, dude. It's like any other game, and
yeah,
it's almost more important. And
that's what
NovaWar
I mean.
says
because they're really restricted builds a lot of the time. So if you can figure it out, it gives you an opportunity to have even bigger windows of weakness, like exploitation.
You can counter it. Yeah, you can counter it.
Yeah.
In most of these builds, there's a very simple counter to each one of the builds, except for maybe like Dragon Cleavage, where it's all queens. That is just hard to stop.
That's a hard thing.
Period.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
If you're good with that build,
yeah, it's hard to stop.
It's hard to stop one way or another. Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got 3 more gates going down here from Legend. Of course, this is going to be a best of 3, so we're going to see at least another game after this. Legend showing that he's got some skill, and same with Hype. They've both played some good games, and they both played some bad games.
Yeah.
So let's see what they got in store for us this time around. Legend actually not a bad Protoss player. From what I've seen in the past. So he needs to get out 10 sentries, needs to hallucinate all 10 of them before he can attack. Now, if he does one attack and it fails, for him to attack again, he has to get 10 more sentries, right? And hallucinate 10 more.
Every new attack has to have 10 sentries.
Okay.
Other
so
than
really, keeping the sentries alive is pretty key. You just can't throw like if you go into a fight.
Well, it's almost like every Protoss attack. You want to protect your sentries at all times because they're such a vital unit. It's just in this case they're extra vital because the moment that you lose them, you're stuck rebuilding 10 sentries or even maybe 5 before you restart an attack.
That's right.
I mean, you can stay up there and attack as long as you're keeping the same attack up. You don't have to constantly have 10 sentries there. But yeah, it's not something that you want to be throwing away resources because that's going to get expensive.
Hell yeah,
awfully quick.
Yeah, and 10 of them, that's 1,000 gas.
Yeah.
And if you want to have any type of other unit composition besides zealots, you better.
That's steep.
Yeah, and it looks like he's actually going to be going heavy zealots here. He's getting charge, which I think is a great idea. Why not go zealot sentry? And turn some of these hallucination into, I don't know, maybe Colossus or Immortals or something.
Yeah, and this also allows for a bit of an earlier attack.
An earlier attack, absolutely. And against a Zerg that is going lots of Lings here, by the looks of it, and a Ling Baneling, which can be a problem for Zealots. It really all depends on how you use it. Another big thing against Banelings is your Mothership Core is so important. Getting off those time warps, if you get caught, it'll give you opportunity to run away from the Banelings and get off those crucial force fields. And then sometimes you can even sack a few units, specifically the hallucinated ones, to get rid of a lot of the Baneling damage. So, yes.
Did he just hallucinate 3 probes?
He definitely did.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify. I wasn't sure if I was seeing that properly, but he totally did.
Maybe he meant to do a different unit, and it just was... Or maybe he just wanted 3 more hallucinated probes. I think he just misclicked. I'm hoping. Because those things did a whole lot of nothing.
Not entirely sure what that was for. What do we got down here? Is that just an overlord waiting? Yeah, it's just an overlord.
Just an overlord sitting there chilling out.
It's hard to tell where the bases end and where the map is just kind of
the good thing about this for Legend is if he can somehow survive the first attack and not get killed right afterwards,
he's in good shape.
He's in great shape because he's gonna know, if he's been watching this tournament earlier, he's gonna know what build this is.
Yeah.
And then he's also gonna know the unit composition, so he can just start pumping Immortals out. He can even get Void Rays as long as he has, or Phoenix, as long as he has those 10 sentries doing the hallucinating part. He should be okay to win this game. It's just gonna be a matter of really the first fight and how that pans out for him.
Yeah, exactly. I think it also largely depends on how he responds, even if he does survive it. I don't, because I mean, last time the guy that we saw this build, they survived the first one.
Yeah.
But they didn't respond appropriately. They just kind of status quo'd that shit, and it didn't work. So he can survive it, but he's got to, and on top of that, if he survives it again, like we've been saying, where he's got a build where he has to maintain so many sentries, he's going to be stuck kind of in a defensive mode. He might not always be able to counterattack directly all the time. He might have to wait until he's got his sentry count up.
That's right. It really depends on how much he loses. That's why having the Mothership Core is so key here, and that's why it just shouldn't be back here. Because if he finds himself in a really shitty spot,
or even a mothership,
or a mothership. I mean, that'd be great too. But I really think the mothership core is really good, just because the time warps and the ability just to recall if you need to. But it's the time warps that are going to give you the opportunity to get into a better position, because an overlord that's moving quickly on top of you, it ain't easy to dodge.
No.
Even if when you see it coming, you're like, oh shit, it's coming quick.
There's very few units that can actually outpace it, if any.
Yeah.
With speed.
Yep.
And so it's gonna.
Fuck.
Oh god. Oh Jesus.
Oh my God. Lord and Savior.
Sweet and sour, merciful baby Jesus.
Wow. Wow. He just got raffled. He cannot go down and counter, though. He can't go down and counter. He needs, remember, he needs to go with...
He needs to go with, you know, he has to have 5
That's right.
overlords.
He was defending. That's totally fine.
That's fine.
He cannot counter and go and kill him. That was rip.
That
no
was
mothership core for the time warp.
That was so ripping pepperoni. I don't even think a time warp was gonna stop shit there, dude. He had like 9,000 banelings, and he didn't even move. Protoss just stood there and were like, "Oh god!"
Well,
it was like deer caught in headlight.
He has enough for 2 time warps. I mean, you can 2 time warp that and run back and get the force fields off. He just got caught. He just got caught, and he just couldn't go. He couldn't go to.
He wasn't sure if he wanted to stand there and fight it, or just take it.
Dude, he just took it.
He took it hard.
He took it hard, and he took it long.
He got wrecked.
He took it hard, and he took it long.
Oh, it was so bad.
All right, these zealots defending off this this gold expansion here still needs to hallucinate some units before he can go up there and attack. He didn't even have a chance to hallucinate. He started
Well, he did.
up.
He did.
Oh,
he did a couple, like the Bailey. I think that was like part of why he was standing still. Was he like shit? Shit, I need to fucking hallucinate. He just started hallucinating, but it was like as the banelings were inside the army, you started seeing random hallucinations starting appearing.
And then you watched them disappear.
And then they just disappeared real quick.
This guy must be shitting himself.
That
like,
one,
oh, shit.
that one animal was like, fuck! Get out of the way!
Well, here comes a ball of banelings and
Oh,
overlords.
God.
Here we go. That's a lot of Archon. They can soak up pretty much
Not
all
that
those
much.
banes. Oh yeah, they'll soak them up.
Well, I mean, no, the ones that are also
Soak them right the fuck up.
I mean, the ones that are
Oh, those ones they ain't soaking up.
No, there's a number of banelings still left.
Rip. Well, there goes your probes.
Oh,
the horror. Don't waste the
Don't
banelings
waste
on
them.
those.
Just
on
let
that
the
Nexus.
just let the
Zerglings kill it
Zerglings
off.
do it.
There we go, getting
Oh,
Void
shit.
Rays.
Well, okay.
Still no speed on these lings, the
No.
fuck?
No. And these Void Rays are a pretty fucking hard counter to what's happening right now, really. I mean,
It's actually the hardest of all
the
counters.
hardest of all counters. Nothing can be done here. It's a bunch of slow Zerglings. The Zealots just absorbed the last of the banelings.
Yeah.
That's a shitload of Zerglings, though.
That is a lot of Zerglings, but no speed.
No speed.
And all of these overlords are going down, and now he needs more overlords to drop.
A lot more. He didn't really build a lot of extra. He just used what he had.
Hype isn't a whole lot of shit. Let's just put it that way. He doesn't even have enough overlords to build another ling.
He instantly started building a Spire, which is, you know, obviously a necessary thing, but, you know, speed for your Zerglings.
Dude, we are at the 18-minute mark.
We should probably have that by now.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Hype deserves to lose if he doesn't get metabolic boost.
Well, I want to say 46 Baneling.
Well, 46 Banes do a lot of damage, but basically what he's hoping for here at best is a base race. But he doesn't even have speed. So, you know, some overcharges, sentries, he has to have 10 of them anyway.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of work with. I think he's got a lot. Well, I mean, and even with 40, the best you can do is maybe take out one base.
Yeah, that's it.
So, like, he's not gonna win the game with just banelings like this because of now Legend moving into Void Rays. It's not gonna happen.
No.
And the fact that his build requires 10 sentries gives him another like advantage. Just, you know, just so happens to be an advantage for him. But it's I think it's gonna just be.
He needs to hallucinate.
He needs to hallucinate first of all.
He needs to hallucinate or he just loses. He just loses.
Yeah, don't keep going.
He just loses.
Don't keep going. You gotta.
He lost.
You gotta, bro.
Just lost the game.
Bro.
I can't let that slide.
Bro. Bro, you're still going. It hasn't dawned on you yet. It hasn't dawned on you. Like,
I'm not seeing any hallucinated units here.
I'm not
seeing a single one, but I see this guy playing by the rules. All the rules. All the things. Still no hallucination.
Still.
On to the second base now.
Damn it, Legend, why? We made it this far into the tournament where we had to make a couple of things like, well, I mean, they were pretty harmless. This is
blatant.
This is blatant. Didn't read it. I mean, I think it's pretty clearly written, right?
Yep. Oh, it's clearly written.
It's not confusing.
Well, that's gonna be the show. I mean, we'll let this play out. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna stop it in the middle of the game.
But Legend is officially thrown in Major League fashion.
Yep, we got some more Void Rays out here, but it's not really gonna matter. Got some Hydras here to defend. Sentries.
About 6 of them.
Gonna die immediately.
No, this is dead.
Yeah, now that's
all this is ripped.
Here's the thing, Hype thinks he lost this game though. He's probably like, ah shit, what can you do?
We're gonna put him on an emotional roller coaster. When we get out of this game, he loses this game.
He's gonna go, ah.
Oh shit, I'm down again.
Oh yes.
Oh, and then we get out and we're gonna be like, surprise, motherfucker! The rule book's got a big dick. Drop the hammer.
Oh shit. Well,
I don't even think he's losing this game. Oh yeah, he is.
He's losing this game. That's a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah,
and there's Void Rays here, but then now he's just these Void Rays. He's giving zero fucks about hallucination. They're just running around killing things. Taking out this base, that base.
There was like a hallucination in the middle of his own death, in the beginning of the game, and now then he just said fuck it.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what, it's not working.
Fuck the 10 centuries.
He's still got 10 centuries.
He's got 10 centuries, but just fuck the hallucination.
I don't even think he's got enough energy. No, he doesn't have enough energy to do hallucination yet. He needs 100 energy. Oh, these ones do. Let's see just for shits and gigs, let's see if he hallucinates this time around.
Please.
Please?
Give us.
Okay, he's stopping. He might be looking at his keyboard right now. He's like, alright, it is C.
Wait. Yeah!
I have lost, GG.
I have lost, GG!
Yep, I think he just realized he hasn't been doing it. GG. Yep.
Yep.
He just realized.
Yep. Hey, he noticed himself.
He noticed it. I think he probably did when he stopped there, when he's like, I should probably hallucinate to go, oh wait, I didn't do that last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rip.
Rip.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was game one, and unfortunately, Legend had the game in the bag. He just didn't hallucinate.
Yeah, he just didn't hallucinate.
Rules are rules.
And that was a fast and easy one. The other one was like, oh, there was one zealot that attacked or sneezed on an
SCV or something. Yeah. No. That's not good. Well, we're gonna jump into game number 2. The winner of this best of 3 will be going home with a $25 G2A gift card. And we'll be right back, getting ready to set up the second game.